Hello to everybody watching and listening. Once more, welcome back to Mechabellum. And yeah, I think I have not yet waited 2 minutes for a match, to be perfectly honest. My opponent's MMR is, as that just shows, not exactly on the same level as mine. However, that does not mean that they don't have the skill to make it work. I could also take the elite. Honestly, let's take the elite. I might just eat a fat loss and lose a lot of MMR, but I still am of the opinion that right now my MMR is overvalued. And no one can stop me in my quest to correct that. Well, we will see. We will see. For the moment, I'm just going to do a standard deployment with 2 packs of elite crawlers. And we will see what happens from there. Phoenixes and Arclights, I think I do actually like to see that. I should be winning the Crawler War. We have the same amount of chaff. Then I should hopefully be blasting through the Arclights and the Phoenixes. Alright. He deployed the Phoenixes on the side that I don't have my extra marksman on. So that might just be saving him though. I don't think level 2 crawlers are enough to blast through a level 1 Arclight and level 1 crawler, so they're definitely going to have to get some support from the tanks. But I think I can get a tower debuff somewhat quickly-ish here. It's important that crawlers survive this. And they will. Okay, very good. But now I need the tower debuff like yesterday. Oof, just in time. Not yet just in time, but I think what I have left over is going to destroy this Phoenix. It got stuck on some tanks, which is very fortunate because otherwise it could have killed everything regardless. And the marksman can instantly level. Well, what are we being gifted? We are being gifted level 1 Mustangs. Do I necessarily... level 2 Mustangs. Do I want them? Do I want the Wraith instead or the Sabertooth? Do I just go Elite Sabertooth gaming? Honestly, I think that might not be a bad idea. I can always purchase Mustangs level 2 if I want to. I am Elite after all. So let's get Sabertooths instead. And then probably for the moment at least just more chaff, maybe? Let's just move this one up a bunch. Yeah, let's get some extra chaff. More crawlers. Securing the flanks. Alright, he puts a Sabertooth here. I guess that's a decent choice. He also adds another Arclight. I guess they can level fairly well off these units. But I have been a masked Sabertooth enjoyer, although not as successfully as I would have hoped. Ah, he's trying to add a missile for Tampo. I can respect that. I could do similar things, but honestly, I think I'd rather have the eco. But deleting 350 supply worth of units, almost one crawler survived, I think is a good deal overall. Phoenixes aren't going to be stuck on this thing for a while, and there's no chaff clear on my part. So this is going to be overrun in seconds, and under the tower debuff, I think I'm going to lose this side then. Without the tower debuff, I might just still lose this side because of the level 2 Saber. Alright, so that's the way he wants to play it. Okay. I guess it's fair against Elite. You don't really want to spend money on some chaff in front of your tanks and that sort of stuff. Now we do have an Amcore here. I think I'm gonna take that. Might just take it on that Saber. And then we're gonna have to get some additional chaff clear. What do I want for chaff clear? I could go for Mustangs. That is definitely an option. Could also go into Stormcallers, but I'm not that much a fan of it. Not really in the mood for a giant. I guess it's going to be Arclights. I mean, I can play a carry Arclight mirror, I guess. We'll see. Let's go grab ourselves one of them. Maybe just one of them. We'll see what my opponent does and if he drops more. And then I think for the moment at least, I would simply like more chaff. Do I mass recruit? I think I'm not going to mass recruit here. Well, then again. Let me mass recruit another marksman. So that I can deal with these phoenixes better. Yeah, he's leveling these arc lights. He might be going for carry arc lights, but at the same time having leveled arc lights against this chaff is just a good move anyway. No missile this time. Happy to see that. So from now on my chaff is not going to be as dominant as before. But I've added a little bit of chaff clear and I still have some pretty chunky units. On the other hand, this side is completely being shredded. Does he have an M core? Yeah, he has an M core on this as well. My saber does actually survive, but I'm not sure this is not going to last. I would be all but surprised if it does. Well, then again, under tower debuff with the sledges in front. Wow, it actually wins. On a sliver of health. Very tempted to hit the repair button on this. My opponent can do something similar. Oh, heavy armor. I don't think Rhino Assault, I don't think I need to be too worried about that. I have the marksmen and crawlers in the rear. My opponent has something in the middle as well. Yeah, I think none of us are going to get that much value from it. I think it's going to be better going for heavy armor. Definitely going to level that. Should I level these? If we're going into a saber war, I don't think I want these sledges that much anymore. I think for the moment what I do is just drop additional saber tanks. Put them here. Put them here. And give this one some armor so it can last longer. Ah, he's going for scorpions. Okay. I'm not even sure if scorpions are all that great, at least early on against sabers. I think early on they are going to lose pretty terribly to sabers, but in the late game they simply have more DPS upgrade options, if that makes any sense. Which means they can do a lot more than simply shoot at a range, which is all that sabers can really do. They can have acid, they can have double shot. Unfortunately, they removed that for the Scorps. It still hits like an absolute truck. And mutual annihilation on that side. So if he's now going into Scorps, I think I should go out of sabers and switch into something else. These are some pretty high level fangs, but I don't think I want them. Can I ride the Wraith for a round? Like, this side has no anti-air. Meanwhile, I do have anti-air. Or do I try to just tempo it, surround my opponent with sledges? You know, honestly, should I go into Stormcrawlers? No, I should not go into Stormcrawlers. Not with Elite into Sabers. That is a stupid idea. Could go into Melters, potentially. Hard to actually say. I think for the moment I definitely want to go into a range. So let's do this. I'm gonna pick the Wraith and see if I can run it on the side. Maybe not. Maybe I'll have it come in from this side where there is less heavy stuff to take out. Do I want to try and go with the Sabers into his Scorps? They only have range, but they have double shot, they have acid, and in the long run, I think that's going to beat my units hard. So maybe I win the mirror with Scorpions. Alright, let's try that. Oh, he instantly goes into acid, okay. And 4 Scorps out on the field. And those high-level fangs in front? I don't think that's the correct choice. That's going to level my units so hard. I definitely need more chaff clear. That is right now my highest priority problem that I need to absolutely positively deal with. Yeah, he's going to tear my units apart here. The question is, can he even stop that Wraith? Phoenixes are going to be up front, and it's going to be a relatively good time. No, actually the double tower debuff was enough. The double tower debuff was more than enough.